कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृति देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जटापहा निशेष जटापहा.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of our university, Professor Yogesh Singh sir, Chief Guest of the function, and Sri Ramesh Krishnan, Director, Youth and Campus Program for Heartfulness India, Guest of Honor of the function, Dr. A.P. Tomar, Zonal Coordinator, Delhi Region of Heartfulness Institute, Dr. Sushma Viladkar, Coordinator of this 5-day FDP on Leadership Mastery through Self-Management, and Dr. P.K. Goyalji, Coordinator from DTU. Very dear participants from various institutes all over the country, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. I feel very privileged and honored to welcome you all on this special faculty development program conducted by DTU in collaboration with Heartfulness Institute. Before proceeding to formally welcoming the guests on the dais, I wish to give you a brief background of this FTP. As we all know that AICT and UGC insist on compulsory induction training program for the newly admitted students, like physical activity, creative arts and culture, lectures by eminent people, visits to local area, extracurricular activities like yoga, meditation, music and literary activities. And we in DTU regularly conduct every year to the newly admitted students. But this is just formal. But to take it as a serious process, the induction follow-up is essential. In this regard, in DTU, our visionary Vice Chancellor has taken a lot of steps. And one such step is by offering a list of foundation elective credit courses to the undergraduate students, like sports, environmental science, business communication, public speaking, yoga, value-driven leadership, extension and outreach activities. Recently, Academic Council of D2 has approved 2 foundation elective courses. One is FEC, Foundation Elective Course 56. It's Universal Human Values. This is as per the AICT recommendations for the induction training program for the induction training course for the UG students. Another one is FEC 57. This is Leadership Mastery through Self-Management, based on U-Connect modules offered by Heartfulness Trust for the university students, which includes briefly the healthy lifestyle, time management, peaceful conversation, character and lifestyle, detox practices, power of self-discipline, etc. So on this occasion, to encourage and motivate further, our ever-supporting dynamic Vice Chancellor of DTU, Professor Yogesh Singh sir, has consented to grace this function even in his busy schedule to enlighten us. I, on behalf of entire DTU fraternity and Heartfulness Institute, I convey a very warm welcome you, sir. Next, our guest of honor of the function, Sri Ramesh Krishnan, Director, Youth and Campus Program for Heartfulness. Also, he is a Director, Intel Corporation. He is basically a computer professional in IT industry. Along with his other commitments, he has agreed to spare his time with us. Sir, we all on behalf of DTU and organizing team of this FTP welcome you, sir. Next is our special invitee, Dr. A.P. Tomar, Zonal Coordinator of Heartfulness of Delhi region, who supports in all activities during induction program of students in DTU by providing resource persons and other supports whenever required. Sir, our heartfelt welcome to you also, sir. Words cannot express the feeling of support rendered by Dr. Sushma Viladkar, who have designed the structure of the course, and speakers from various parts of India. Madam, on behalf of our organizing team and D2 extend a very, very warm welcome to you. Last but not least, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all the deans, HODs of various departments of DTU, and dear participants for showing your interest in attending this FTP. Hope this faculty development program gives you new insights for the holistic development of students, and if possible, implement it in your institutes, and D2 will always support. With this few words, I once again welcome you for this faculty development program. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Sushma Viladkar has received her PhD from IIT Roorkee and has 18 years of research experience and 12 years of teaching experience in engineering institutes. She has been a former professor at ICFAI University, Dehradun, and she is also a Heartfulness trainer and course coordinator from Heartfulness Institute. I request her to give an introduction to the training program.
A very good morning and warm greetings to all dignitaries and faculty members and other guests who are attending this workshop. I, Sushma Viladkar, on behalf of Heartfulness team, welcome you all. I feel it is my great pleasure and my privilege to welcome our chief guest, Professor Yogesh Singh, Vice Chancellor of Delhi Technical University, and the guest of honor, Sri Ramesh Krishnan, who happens to be Director of Youth and Campus Program of Heartfulness, as well as he's a Director of Inaugural. And I will also welcome Dr. Pradeep Goel, Course Coordinator of DTU, and Professor Vijay Kumar, a Course Chair of this course. I also welcome Dr. A.P. Tomar, Zonal Coordinator of Heartfulness Institute of Delhi Zone. Once again, all respected faculty members and other dignitary, I welcome each and everyone, if I have missed anyone, who is present in this workshop on the leadership mastery to the self-management. As you know, this workshop is organized by the Center for Value-Based Education of DTU and Heartfulness Educational Trust. The revolutionary vision of Heartfulness Educational Trust is to inspire the bold thinker capable of transforming self and society. In this process, DTU has taken a step ahead, step forward. Thank you so much to DTU. The moral values, universal values, ethics are actually guiding principle for the human life. Whenever we pass through the difficult phase of the life or the dilemmas of the life, these values guides us to the right direction. These values reflect time to time in our action, in our behaviors that molds our personality and the character. And the character eventually becomes the character of the society, character of the country, and the character of the whole world as it is. Mahatma Gandhi once said that be the change that you want to see in the world. So any change begins with the self-development. All teaching faculty members understand it very well that there is a serious need of the time to give the importance to the value education to our young mind, mainly the place of learning environment where they spend most of the time in their life, of their young life. In this background, the educational institute play a major role of value education. So here, once again, I welcome DTU who has taken this initiative, and DTU has become the torchbearer for it. For this purpose, DTU has offered the two elective courses, as Professor Vijay Kumar has mentioned, FEC 56 on universal values. Another course is FEC 57. It is offered along with the Heartfulness Institute, which is based on leadership mastery to the self-management. The guide of Heartfulness Institute has put it in a very simple word, Daji. The wisdom means to utilize the best of all faculties. Wisdom has to be is to have the maximum output with the minimum input. So when wisdom is there is a mastery in all our actions and our all thoughts. Thus, our life becomes self-exemplary by itself. In this 5 days workshop, which is organized by DTU, 2 elective credit course, which is FEC 57 of Leadership Mastery through the Self-Management. The objective of this course is based upon imparting some techniques and methods to realize the human potential, true human potential, thereby becoming the better professional as well as better human being. In this course, the values and guiding principle of the life and the nature are inculcated in such a simple way and in the facilitating mode. So in this course, each module approximately having some videos of 2 to 5 minutes, some activities, some stories, some energizer, and moreover, the teaching is through the navigating, through the facilitation mode. It's not like normal teaching and learning, but it is through the facilitation mode. Very, very interactive. This course is really beautifully woven along with the simple and adaptive and simple meditative practices and techniques and some detox techniques which are very useful for the student as well as for any human being. It would reflect on the basis on one's attitude, values, choices, decision, judgment, heartful relationship, time management, how to take a pause, which is very important, and take how to take a pause at a critical circumstances. Then befriending the stress by learning art of meditation and heart of meditation, and how to live light and how to live right, and thus how you can design the destiny. In this way, the student will be able to adjust their lifestyle according to their aspirations and keeping the values and moral values alive. The schedule of this complete workshop is already being circulated through the mail and through the WhatsApp. So I welcome all of you for this workshop, and I hope you will be able to deliver whatever is being conveyed to you, to your student, so that the students are benefited. Thank you so much, Professor Vijay Kumar. That's it from my side.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Ramesh has completed his MS in Computer Science from Canada and is a computer professor working in the IT industry for the past 30 years. He is currently a director at Intel Corporation. He is an active member of the Heartfulness Institute and has been meditating under the system for past 20 years and is also a meditation trainer. It is my privilege to invite him to address the gathering.
Thank you, Anjali. I'm assuming it's Anjali speaking. Thank you
Yes,
for the warm introduction. Thank you, Kanak, and lovely music by my Mitra. It really touched me. I think she'll continue singing. Congratulations, you have a very good voice. I wanted to start by thanking Professor Yogesh Singh, esteemed Vice Chancellor of DTU, and Dr. Vijay Kumar for organizing this and in partnering with Heartfulness Institute to roll out this beautiful program called Leadership Mastery through Self-Management. It shows, as Dr. Vijay Kumar said, a sense of vision on behalf of the leadership to see what is really required, truly required, for humans to become truly human at the next level. And I'm really touched because that's really what my journey has been over the past 30 plus years. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I grew up most of my life in Canada and in the US. And like every other teenager or a person that's graduated from engineering, had these lofty goals of running my own company, becoming a vice president. But at some point in time, life took a turn. Something inside me, a voice inside me started speaking to say, what is the purpose of my life? And I don't know where this voice kind of came from. And this voice really came deep from within, and I resorted to religion. And after indulging in religious practices, being of Hindu and being a Brahmin from South India, I took to the religious practices to see if that could light and shed some light on the purpose of this person called Ramesh on earth. I got a lot of knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita, got a lot of knowledge from the various literature that is really out there, but I ended up being more confused than anything else. Because although the religious practices made me a lot more disciplined as a human being, it never answered a lot of the questions that I truly fostered within me, which is what is it to be, what is the purpose of my life? How am I supposed to be as a human being? What is it that is really required? How am I supposed to live my life? How am I supposed to serve people? Etc., etc., etc. These are all the things. And what is the difference between what Buddha said versus what Lord Jesus Christ said versus what Swami Vivekananda said, etc., etc. You see? By God's grace, I bumped into this system called Heartfulness way back in 1995 when I had just finished my master's and I had joined Intel at that point in time. So my séjour with Intel as well as my journey with Heartfulness is together. I'm both with Intel as well as with Heartfulness. And I could just tell you something that 3 months after the practice of this yogic system, the Raja Yoga system of Heartfulness, it is also called Sahaj Marg, by the way. I had a profound awakening in my heart, which said, hey, Ramesh, you are a human being looking for God and for the purpose of life and the answers to all your life. The rest of all that you're parading outside yourself, that is the fact that you're a Brahmin, that you work for such and such company, that your education is such and such, is all an illusion. It's all a facade. It could all drop in a minute. It's all self-created. Right? Nothing wrong with it, but it's all self-created. See? So in order for you to seek the truth, seek the highest knowledge, you must tap that knowledge or that source that is there, which is hidden deep within you. And the process to do that is through meditation. And it was a voice. It was a conviction, and which led to me taking my in Tamil they call it Punal. Those of you that are Tamilians, and I think it's called Janyavaru. I just took it and put it in the garbage because I was sure that I had transcended religion at that point in time, because it was a very clear voice within me that told me that it is important that I am a human being looking to realize my highest potential, thereby being a useful tool in the hands of the divine. And I had to work upon myself like all the other masters, like all the other great leaders, the great masters have done so. And at that point in time, I was very sure that I was done with my time in the US and Canada. So I immediately packed my bags and I decided to move back to this great land of ours called India, where everything originated. See? So I came back to go back and meet the great master that was behind this effort. And my journey began, but then he told me to go back to the US because my work in the US had not still completed. I was made a Heartfulness trainer, and my responsibility was to build centers over there. And I had responsibilities because my parents were still there, etc., etc. And I decided that to go back, but then after my work over there was completed, I decided to move back to India in 2003 for good. And ever since I've been in India. Now, why I'm telling you all of this is because it's very important that this course that you're all embarking upon, this has been designed by Dr. Sushma and the entire Heartfulness team. I hope it's going to be a life-changing, awakening experience for you, because my 30 plus years as a leader in the industry, in the technological industry, really says that very one thing, if there's one thing, one key takeaway is, if you need to lead somebody, you need to lead people, you need to lead the design of products, if you need to design silicon, if you need to put the best products out there into the market, the most essential thing required is the voice of the heart. Now, I'll tell you why that is necessary, and why that is necessary. Because most leaders, like Steve Jobs or Satya Nadella, whom I was watching a video of, most leaders are faced at some point in time in the industry of doing something that they do not know what is required in the future. How do you know that an iPhone is required, or an iPod is required, or you need to digitize music? How do you design? How do you forecast? See, I used to head a division at Intel where I had to come up with new form factors of PCs for almost about 7 to 8 years. I had to come up with new concept PCs that had never been designed before. So I designed PCs that went into a belt buckle, PCs that went into a pocket, PCs that you could wear as a vest, etc., etc. I mean, there's just so many things that we did. We went crazy, right? But in order for you to do that, you need to be able to feel what the consumer really needs, the customer really needs. The key word is feel. There is no scientific judge. It's a gut. It's an intuition, as Daji or the Heartfulness Guide called it. So when you meditate and when you focus on self-management and the intuition develops, the intuition is a sixth sense, which they call, which is developed through the process of meditation by you expanding your levels of consciousness. So, when you expand your consciousness, you can go in both directions. You can go into the super consciousness, or you can go into the subconsciousness. I don't want to bore all of you with that right now, which you will get an earful of over the entire week. But nevertheless, it's very important that meditation, which our yogic folks knew, if you need to intuit something in the future, you need to be in tune with that, in tune with other species. So that is what is developed through meditation, which leads to self-management. So it's a very essential part of leadership, especially as you go higher and higher, when you have to make decisions that have a lot of billions of dollars of investment that is really, really required. Right now, I head silicon development. I'm responsible for putting new chips into the market for the entry level. Same thing. I'm supposed to come up with features. Do I need a PCIe? How many USB ports do I need? How many, what is the frequency? What is the power and performance? I have to handle all of this, and I have to make some of these decisions. And so if I go wrong, then we put wrong products into the market and our competitor takes over. Right? So that being said, so this is the importance of self-management. And you as faculty and the beautiful children, the students that are here, if they can be imparted right from the get-go with these simple techniques of awakening the heart and the wisdom of the heart, which allows you to intuit, which allows intuition, which allows these various capabilities, wisdom. And of course, the benefits of that in the other realm is very important, because once you can feel somebody, true empathy comes. You see? And when you truly empathize, you can feel what Anjali is feeling, or you can feel what your colleague is going through, or you can feel what your professor is going through. Then your response, your reaction, your ability to respond becomes more responsible. That is a win for you and a win for the other person. So in the relationship front, it becomes a very, very, very important thing as well. So we in Heartfulness have designed a curriculum as part of the development of youth and the development of students holistically. And we call it Hartwell campus. And we have multiple programs. We have programs for senior people, such as registrars who want to design the blueprint of this, where we will host you guys, host all of you, not you guys, I'm sorry, it's just the American in me, host all of you, the senior leaders, into our retreat centers to help you design the blueprint of your institution. To the faculty, we've got faculty development programs. We've got programs for students for various levels, interesting ways by which they can discover themselves. They can develop their potential. They can deepen their connection with their inner selves. And then, of course, dedicate themselves to their own betterment and to the betterment of the society. So we've got an entire program that has been designed, unique for every single area, be it law, be it science and engineering, be it humanities. So with simple 1.5 hour modules that deals with the essence of self-management. Of course, then we also have programs for administrative people on campus, the parents, and also we have programs for the well-being counselors as well. So we have a holistic end-to-end, and we have a whole team of people, professors from all across the world working to get the best of this, of the best of the West and the best of the East put together to offer this. So this is an offering that we really have. If you're interested, you can contact us and we'll be more than welcome to share this with you. With that, I welcome all you participants. I thank you for inviting me here. It's a pleasure to be here and to address all of you. I don't want to take any more time. With that, I also thank the Heartfulness team. I know the effort that has gone on and the volunteer team. For that, I'm eternally grateful. And of course, the participants for putting together this and for participating in it, investing your time in this wonderful effort of bettering yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and the best leaders, so that it can be seen in your work ongoing, and it can touch the students that you're going to be touching as well. So with that, those are my few words. Thank you for the opportunity, and with that, I'll hand over the floor to Anjali or to Dr. Vijay Kumar. Thank you.